As Bernie fights for votes in South Carolina, he's also blasting the leader of the biggest democracy, the only, in the Middle East, and one of America's strongest allies, as racist.
Right now, sadly, tragically, in Israel, through Bibi Netanyahu, you have a reactionary racist who is now running that country.
A reactionary racist. This coming just days after the Democratic frontrunner announced he would not attend this year's AIPAC conference, saying the pro-Israel group provides a platform, quote, for leaders who express bigotry and oppose basic Palestinian rights. I do not believe he has ever been to it anyway.
Former Arkansas governor and Fox News contributor Mike Huckabee just returned from Israel, where he met with the prime minister. The governor joins us now. Governor, I'm not so shocked that he doesn't support Netanyahu because it's political in Israel even, and that election was so close. But Bernie Sanders is Jewish, and he's still refusing to go to AIPAC.
Well, I think the bigger question is, how is it that Bernie always picks the collectivists over the people who believe in freedom? Israel is a free country. People have free speech. They get to vote. They can disagree with their government. They can speak out against their government. Bernie loves to embrace places like Russia, where he spent his honeymoon. He likes Cuba because they, beat people to death, but they let them read a book as long as the book they read is the one the communist government puts out. Bernie is insane. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. He's never been to Israel, obviously, because he would see that it's anything but a racist state. Netanyahu is no racist. If you get sick in Israel, it doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, Christian, or Jew. You get the same exact treatment in a hospital. You get to ride on the same roads, and the Jewish state of Israel protects the religious liberty of all faiths, including Muslims
Governor,
and Christians.
But the charge, I mean, you've got a president of the United States right now, and President Trump, who's built a historic relationship with the state of Israel and Bibi Netanyahu. Yet Bernie Sanders, the Democratic leader, says, point blank, Bibi Netanyahu is a racist. Why is he saying that?
Well, because he's crazy and he doesn't care what he says. He's the same guy that, embraces socialism all over the world in places where it's murdered millions of people. He ignores that little fact in order to say that somehow people under a socialist government would live better. Well, that means you stand in line for hours and hours to get the last roll of toilet paper in town. If that's Bernie's idea of a good life, I don't think many Americans deep down would share it. But there's no racism in Benjamin Netanyahu. That is absurd. It's foolish on its face. Even his political opponents and the press, which is very left-wing in Israel, as nutty and as far to the left as they are, they don't even say that about Netanyahu. They disagree with his policy sometimes. They don't like him personally, kind of like what you see with the press in the U.S. against Trump. But, man, they don't even go there. Bernie's the only one who does because he's just that out of touch.
Well, those opinions certainly make the map much more complicated for Bernie Sanders if he is indeed the nominee. Governor, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.